Okay, this is the Pro 120 angle roll from Benmach, USA. Just want to give a brief introduction to the machine itself. This is one of the machines in our series of our Pro Series angle rolling machines. We import the Pro 60, the Pro 80, the Pro 100, the Pro 120, and various other sizes that we bring in. This particular size machine, the Pro 120, is capable of a 5x5 by half-inch capacity angle roll, and it is a machine that's very well suited for almost any structural fabrication shop. It is a 20 horsepower driven machine. Roll diameters on this machine are 15.35 inches in diameter. Shaft diameter on those rolls is 4.72, and we can roll at 13 feet a minute in bending speed. Of course, we have an option for variable speed bending as well. Weight of this machine, just under 10,500 pounds, and takes up just a compact space of 57 by 78 inches, and she's 80 inches tall. So just a very nice machine. Of course, most shops know that these machines are very flexible. They can be operated in two positions. For small segments, you might operate it and have the machine in the position that you see it here. And for larger parts and large radius bending, you can see the pads on the back of the machine where we can just lay the machine on its back and operate it in that manner. So the large segments, large ring parts would go through the shop as opposed to up in the air and overhead, where we can easily support them much better. So again, this particular machine's got a wide variety of materials that it can bend, from T-angles and I-beams and flat bar, round bar, tubing, square tubing, rectangular tubing, and a wide variety of other materials that we can fit through this, including extrusions and all. We've got a few options on this machine that I want to point out what they are and what specifically they do, and there's an option that is not on the machine I want to make sure that we share with you that you can add to any of our Pro Series machines that can help you when you're bending extreme duty parts. All right, let's start off with the controller of the Pro Series angle rolls. This is our basic controller, and it provides us digital roll position and of course push button operations of the rolls. This machine is equipped with hydraulic guide supports on each side of the rolls. It's going to be very important when I'm bending material that is not symmetrical. When I'm bending a square pipe or a tubing or a piece of material that is a flat bar, I've got symmetry in that part that's going to keep it from curling or twisting. Other materials like angle is going to require me to have a little bit more capability on the machine, and we have that in this machine. I'm going to go ahead and start the hydraulics. Now, simple operation is we can move all the rolls together, and these are hydraulically driven. Of course, we can easily roll forward or reverse by the rolling position buttons on the machine. We do have an option to make that a variable speed. It's not on this machine, but very easy to add if you want to add variable speed rolling. Great option to have if you have very long parts that as you bend might whip up in the shop, so we want to keep that safety factor in mind and slow those rolls down. Another feature of the machine is, of course, our ability to position the rolls. In this case, we're going to position the left roll, and using our metric value, we've got a digital readout, digital display of where that value is. Now, this machine is a manual machine, so we would break a big piece of material in, we'd pre-bend it up to a section that we felt was going to be correct for our bend, and we would go ahead and roll that material through, checking it with the radius gauge and making any adjustments that we might need to get that roll correct as we go through. Once we get to the trailing end of that material, we would just simply bring up the rear roll to bend up that rear piece of material or pre-bend it, and again continue the rolling operation. Very basic operation for angle rolling. Great machine, easy machine to use, but a couple of features I want to point out that's available and is standard on this machine but available on some of the smaller machines is these upper guide rolls. So on this machine, these are hydraulic driven guide rolls, very easy to position and to use. On smaller machines you might choose to use this as a manual guide roll, but I want to show how those work. So the first thing that we would do is, by using our push button, we would just simply position that roll in. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use this roll surface to push out any material that's going to twist and go back towards the machine. We want to keep that straight to get a nice round radius, and so we would push that out, and we can simply use that to push the material to whatever area that we want, or whatever tension that we need to have on that material. Now, keeping in mind, most of the bending, or all of the bending we're going to do is going to be at the back of the roll. So this particular roll is set up with the spacers in front for a very small piece of material to go in between the rolls. But we're going to use that pressure of that guide roll to push that out. Another roll that you see up on top is going to has multiple positions that it can be put in, and that particular roll is going to be used to keep angle from twisting. So we're going to use that in the correct position as we start rolling angle to keep it from twisting, as we now have a non-uniform or non-symmetrical piece of material. We want to make sure to keep that from twisting as it's going to want to do by nature. That's what we use that other roll for. Another option that's available for the machine that you can add any time, it's not on this machine, is a stretching device. And so a stretching device is when we're putting the rolls under maximum pressure, the shafts, although very large on this machine, do have a tendency to spread open because of the extra stress and tension on the machine. Benmach makes a great option called a stretching device, and it just simply mounts to the front of each of the rolls, and using a coupling shaft or buckle pulls those shaft ends together and creates extra tension to keep those shafts straight and for your rolling process. Well, that's an introduction to the Pro Series angle rolls from Benmach. Please give us a call if you have any questions.